Thanks for joining me today. We'll start out in a comfortable seat, whatever that is for you, whether that's legs crossed or legs extended out in front of you. And if it feels comfortable, you can close down your eyes, resting your hands on your thighs, and just allow the breath to deepen, feeling the spine growing taller with each breath. And we'll envision a ball of light at the heart center here, sending breath into that ball of light. So the light grows brighter with each breath. And maybe that light emanates out with each exhale. Rooting the sit bones deeper into the earth, allowing the crown of the head to reach a little bit further up towards the sky, and relaxing any tension we're feeling in the body. We'll flutter the eyes open. And we're going to warm up the spine, so we're going to do a different version of cat-cow here. We're going to trace the fingers back behind our sit bones, and then as though a string is drawing the chest up towards the sky, open the collarbones, maybe the gaze goes up. On the exhale, we're going to take the fingers along the mat, along the ground, reach in front of your knees. From here, we're going to round through the spine. On your next inhale, taking the fingers around and back behind you, opening the chest. Exhale, fingers draw forward, rounding through the spine. We'll just flow here with your own breath at your own pace. Awakening the spine, noticing if there's any sticky spots, and if there are, sending extra breath there. And then in your own time, coming back to a neutral spine. No rush to get here. We're going to walk the hands over towards the left, twisting the torso over towards the left. So twisting from the collarbones here. You can place that right hand on the outer left thigh. Inhale, grow taller through the spine, and then exhale, twisting a little bit further. Coming back through center, we'll switch the crossing of the legs. So the opposite foot in front. And then we'll trace the hands over towards the right this time. The left hand comes to the outer right thigh. And then inhale as your spine grows tall. Exhale as you twist towards the right. Coming back to center, we'll place that right palm down on the mat. Inhale the left arm up overhead, maybe arching over. Take one breath here. And then we're going to tilt the chest down towards the mat. Reach the fingertips further towards the back of the mat. Sorry, I guess you're reaching the fingers further away from you. I'm facing a different way. And then come back up, just shine the chest forward. We're going to stretch out the side waist for one more breath. And then taking left fingertips up towards the sky, planting left hand down. Let's inhale, reach the right arm up, and maybe over, stretching out the right side waist. And then taking the chest parallel to the earth, looking down at the ground. Reach the fingertips a little bit further away from you. So here we're finding a gentle twist. And then open the chest once again as we did at the beginning here for one breath. And then rise up. Okay, let's come forward onto our shins. We're going to tuck the toes if possible, so you can reach back and tuck all toes, even the pinkies under, and then sit back on your heels. If this is too intense for the bottoms of your feet, the arches of the feet, then you can just untuck the toes and put the feet, the tops of the feet on the ground. Okay, from here we're going to inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, taking the arms wide and a little bit back behind you. We're going to interlace our hands if we can behind our low back. If not, you can clasp opposite elbows. Okay? From here, we're going to open the collarbones up towards the sky. We're going to sweep the hands to the outer left hip if possible. So we're going to draw the left ear towards the left shoulder, stretching out the right side of the neck. We're going to stay here for a few breaths. You might want to play around with drawing your chin closer towards the shoulder, or maybe taking it away from the shoulder, just stretching into different parts of the neck on the right hand side. And then find stillness. Take a couple breaths here. Then we'll take the chin down towards the chest, finding center, releasing the hands behind you. Let's interlace the hands opposite thumb in front. Once again, we're going to open the chest towards the sky. And then drawing the chin in towards the chest, we'll take the hands over to the right hip this time. And from here, drawing that right ear towards right shoulder, stretching out the left side of the neck this time. And once again, you might want to play around with just taking the chin closer towards the shoulder or moving it further away. Noticing how the stretch shifts around the left side of the neck when you do so. And once you find a good spot, we'll stay here for 2 full breaths. And then releasing the chin towards the center of the chest. We'll release the hands. Come forward into tabletop position. We'll tap out the tops of the toes. And then with the toes untucked this time, we'll sit back on the heels. Placing hands on the thighs. We'll do a couple more cat-cows, so drawing the hands closer towards the knees as the chest opens towards the sky. And then bringing the hands maybe towards the hip creases as we round through the spine. You can pair breath with movement. Inhale, open the chest up, hands slide forward. Exhale, rounding through the spine as the hands draw in towards the hips. We'll do a couple more here.
My love is just a reminder. My love is just a reminder. Find your center. Well, help me recall that first morning, sunlight at dawn.
And then finding neutral. We're going to rise up into tabletop position. And then slide the hands further forward, coming into heart pose. So heart melts down towards the earth. Maybe the forehead rests on the earth or makes its way down towards the earth. Hips are stacked over knees. And send breath into the back body, the space behind the heart.
My love is just a reminder.
On your next inhale, slide the hands towards your knees and rise up to stand on your knees. Okay, from here we're going to inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, take the arms wide. We're going to gather the hands on the low back, either fingertips facing up, fingertips facing down. You can have hands on hips, or you can clasp opposite elbows. Lots of options here. Whatever gives you the most space in the chest and the shoulders. We're going to draw the elbows in towards each other if you have your hands on your low back. Pressing the hips forward, reaching up through the chest and finding a gentle back bend here. So once again, imagining that your chest has a string attached to it and someone's pulling your chest up towards the sky. On your next exhale, you can trace on the backs of the legs. We're going to come down to sit, open the knees a little bit wider and find child's pose. Your version, either arms reaching forward or arms can be by your sides. Palms are facing up if you're in this variation. So with your arms extended out in front of you, we're going to plant the palms and we're going to slither forward. So we're coming into 8-pointed pose. So knees can come in hip width apart. We're going to dip the chest and chin down towards the ground and then slide through onto your tummy for cobra pose, untucking toes when we get there. Once you're there, inhale, peel the collarbone forward as the chest comes up off the earth. Exhale, let's lower. Let's take that twice more. Inhale, peel the chest up, really plugging the tops of the toes down into the mat. Exhale to lower. Inhale one more time, shine the heart forward and up. Exhale, release, keep the hands where they are. We're going to tuck our toes and then push back. We're going to draw the hands towards you, coming up to stand once again. On your knees, reach arms up towards the sky. This time toes are tucked if that feels okay. Exhale, take the arms wide. Once again, we're going to take the hands to the low back or whichever variation you took last time. Open the collarbones and draw the chest up towards the sky. Elbows hug in towards each other. Chin tucks slightly towards the chest here to keep the natural curve in the cervical spine. On your next exhale, we're going to draw the hips down towards the heels. You can untuck your toes here. And then slide hands forward, Anahata Asana heart pose. So once again, heart melts down towards the earth. Hips are stacked over knees. Keeping hands where they are, we're going to slither forward, coming back into 8-pointed pose and then drawing the belly down to the earth for cobra. So untuck your toes when you get there. This time we're gonna take the hands wider than the mat. You can come up onto your fingertips here and flare the elbows wide, coming into finger stand cobra. So on the inhale, reach the chest forward and up. We're gonna hold here, plug the pelvis into the earth, plug all 10 toes down into the earth, and then maybe looking over your right shoulder towards your right foot. Come back through center, look over your left shoulder towards your left foot. Let's do that once more on each side if you can. Looking over right shoulder towards the right toes, and then over left shoulder towards the left foot. Come back to center, maybe lift up a little bit higher, and then exhale, draw the chest and forehead down towards the ground. Placing hands beneath the shoulders. Let's tuck our toes, this time coming into downward facing dog. So drawing the hips up towards the sky, feet are hip width apart. Heart melts towards the thighs, and root that index and thumb down into the ground as you energetically draw up the arms. Might feel nice to sway side to side here. Releasing the low back, waking up the hips. And then finding stillness for a breath. Rise up on our tippy toes and gently walk forward, or bending your knees, taking the hips back and silently hopping between the hands. We're gonna come up to the top of the mat, finding a flat back, whatever your version is. Hands can be on your thighs, your shins, or fingertips to the earth. Draw the collarbones forward, and then exhale to release, standing forward fold. On your next inhale, let's take the arms wide and reach fingertips up towards the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. And then gathering hands together at the heart center. We're going to release the arms, palms shine forward, Tadasana mountain pose. So checking into your breath here, deepening the breath if you need to, relaxing the space between the eyes, relaxing the jaw. On your next inhale, we'll reach the arms up towards the sky, and then hinging forward at the waist, coming back to standing forward fold. On your next inhale, we're gonna bend into the knees, sending the sit bones back. Inhale the arms up, Utkatasana chair pose. So we're rooting the feet down into the earth and drawing the energy up the legs and out the fingertips. Beautiful. As you exhale, we're going to straighten the legs, swan dive forward. If you can, interlacing your hands behind your low back. If that doesn't work for you, once again, you can place hands on hips. So drawing your interlaced hands away from you as your head hangs heavy down towards the earth. We're going to bend the left knee, work to straighten the right leg, and peek up over that right shoulder. Come back through center. Let's work to straighten the left leg, bending that right knee this time. Right knee draws in towards right shoulder, and then look up towards the sky. On your exhale, let's release the hands. You can trace down the backs of the legs all the way down to the ground, and we'll step that right foot back. Let's lower the right knee down towards the ground, and then energetically drawing that right knee towards that left heel and the left heel towards the right knee. So hips shine forward, and you should feel this right quad fire up and the left hamstring fire up here. Okay, once you're nice and stable, hug your belly button in towards your spine, and we'll inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. You can stay here. Or exhale, we're going to twist towards the left, open the arms into a T shape. Come back through center, reach fingertips up. Once again, twisting the same way towards the left. Last time, inhale, reach the arms up. And on the exhale, twist open towards the left. Hold here for one full round of breath. And then coming back up, reaching the fingertips up. We'll take the hands down on either side of that front foot and come back into tabletop position, sending that left leg out behind you. So if you need to set up here, we're going to come into tabletop, root the hands down, and then once you're ready, we're going to kick through that left heel so that the left leg is parallel to the ground. Hug your belly button in towards your spine, and here we're going to imagine drawing the wrist back to that right knee and the right knee forward to the wrist. You should feel your core fire up when you do this. Hold for another couple breaths. If you want, you can pick up that right hand and reach the right fingertips forward. Stay nice and strong through the core. Beautiful, releasing that. Let's take child's pose, drawing hips down towards the heels, forehead rests, 2 breaths here. And then rising back up to tabletop position. We're going to take it on the other side. So extending that right leg back behind you. Once you have your hands rooted down into the ground, we're pressing an imaginary wall behind that right foot. Hug your belly button in and up. Nice and strong through the core. And then maybe picking up the left fingers this time, reaching left fingertips forward. Releasing down to the mat. We're going to walk the hands forward, take Anahata Asana, heart pose. Then sliding hands towards you, rising up on the knees. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. And then exhale, you can take the same hand version that you did last time or try something new if you'd like. We're going to come into camel pose. So once again, we're going to send the hips forward. Heart draws up towards the sky. If your hands are on the low back, either fingertips face up or down, and then draw elbows in towards each other. Slight tuck to the chin. And then maybe you reach back for your heels at the same time and shine the chest up towards the sky. Couple breaths here, keep the jaw soft. And then releasing that, let's come to sit on our heels, resting our palms on our thighs. Resetting for a couple breaths. It might feel nice to close your eyes and just feel that sensation in your body. And then fluttering eyes open, we're going to slide our hands forward. Coming into supported plank or plank pose. So supported plank, shoulders are stacked over wrist, knees are on the earth, toes are tucked. Or if you'd like, you can draw your knees up off the earth. Whichever version you're in, imagine dragging your wrists back and hug your belly button in towards your spine and up, firing up the core muscles, and then press the heels back. Gently lowering all the way down to the earth. Untuck your toes when you get there. On your in-breath, we're going to shine the heart forward, cobra pose. 2 full rounds of breath here. One more round of breath. See if you can pick your hands up off the ground. Maybe the chest rises a little bit further. And then lowering all the way down. We can extend our hands out in front of us. Palms face up, forehead rest. Or arms can be by your side. Just take a couple breaths here. It might feel nice to sway your hips side to side. Or it might feel nice just to stay still. And then on your next inhale, we're gonna slide the hands beneath the shoulders, tuck our toes, make your way back to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, we'll reach right toes up towards the sky. And then sweep that right foot forward, placing it between the palms, lowering the back knee down. And then here, let's get nice and stable. So drawing that front heel towards the back knee and draw the back knee towards the front heel. You should feel really nice and solid as you do so. And then once you're stable, inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Hug your belly button in towards the spine. Stay here, or on the exhale, open the arms into a T shape and twist the torso towards the right this time. On your in-breath, coming back through center, reach the arms up. Exhale, open the arms into a T shape and twist once again. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale, square the chest forward. Exhale, twist towards the right. Last time, inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, twist. Let's stay here for one breath. And then come through center. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, planting the palms on either side of that front foot. We're going to slide the front foot back, kicking through that back foot. Leg is parallel to the earth. So nice and stable here once again. Hands root down, left knee roots down, and press through the back of the right heel. That right leg is active. Staying here, or if you'd like, reach left fingertips forward. And on the exhale, we're going to curl into a ball. So bend the elbow, draw it in towards the bent knee, curl in. Exhale, extend. Inhale, curl in. Exhale, extend. Inhale, curl in. Exhale, extend. Extend a little further and release it down. Let's come into child's pose. Knees go wide. Hips draw in towards the heels and forehead rests. On your next inhale, rising back up, tabletop position. This time we're going to press through the left heel. Left leg comes parallel to the earth. Hug belly button in towards your spine. And then stay here, or if you want to join me, we're going to reach right fingertips forward. On your exhale this time, rounding through the spine, right elbow comes towards left knee. Inhale to extend. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, extend it out. Exhale, curl it in. One more time, extend it out. Hold here for one breath. Reach a little further with your fingers and toes. And then lower down. Hand and knee, come down to the mat. We're going to reach hands forward, coming into Anahata Asana, heart pose. And then hands slide in slightly, tucking toes. We're going to rise back up, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, rising up to tippy toes, either walking forward or bend the knees, send the hips back, and jump to the top of the mat. Once you're there, we'll inhale to flat back, your version. And then exhale, release, standing forward fold. If it's available here, we're going to take our peace sign fingers, so our index and middle finger, we're going to wrap them around our big toes. You can have your knees bent here, but work towards straightening the legs. So you're pressing the knees back, legs are active. And then from here, we're going to bend the elbows, drawing the head down towards the earth, and breathe into the backs of the legs. Allow the head to hang heavy, maybe shaking the head yes, shaking the head no. And then releasing the toes. We're going to bend the knees slightly, rolling up to stand. Inhale, fingertips reach up towards the sky. Gathering hands together at heart center. Inhale, we'll sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a flat back, your version. Exhale, step that right foot back. Right knee stays off the earth if possible. You can always take that right knee down to the ground if you need for stability. We're going to inhale, reach the arms up. Once we're there, hips are squared to the front of the mat. And then gathering hands together at heart center. So really pressing that right heel back and bending deeply into the front knee. Hug your belly button in towards your spine, and you can anchor your thumbs into your heart center here. So elbows flare wide, collarbones open. Inhale here. Exhale, we're going to twist the chest towards the left. Come back through center. Exhale, twist towards the left. Come back through center, and then once more twisting towards the left. From here, maybe open the arms wide into a T shape, or maybe taking that left hand, tracing it down the right leg, and reach the right arm up, and maybe overhead. Keep the jaw soft. Beautiful. Coming back up through center. We're going to take the hands to the hips. We're going to place that back foot down, stepping it in about a foot. We're coming into pyramid pose. So the back toes angle out towards the top right corner of the mat. We're going to straighten our front leg. Hips are still squared. From here you can stay or begin to hinge forward. Draw that left hip back as you do so. We're going to draw the torso down towards the earth, but don't go any further than parallel to the ground. So we're not bowing over that left leg. We're going to keep the collarbones reaching forward, the crown of the head reaches forward, and then really draw the left sit bone back. Rooting both feet down, keep the jaw soft. Beautiful, then releasing fingertips down. Let's step back into downward facing dog. We're going to come forward into plank pose, your version. Plank or supported plank with knees down on the earth. From here, two options. We're going to lower all the way down and take cobra pose, or hug elbows in towards your ribs, lower halfway down chaturanga, and then roll over the tops of the toes coming into upward facing dog. So only the tops of the toes are on the earth. Chest reaches forward through the arms, gaze goes up. From here, we're going to roll back over the toes, draw the hips up, downward dog. So if you're in cobra pose, you're going to make your way back into downward facing dog. On your next inhale, we're going to lift that right leg up towards the sky. Step it forward. And then once you're nice and stable with the front knee bent, we're going to rise back up, high lunge. So press the back heel back, bend deeply into the front knee, gathering hands together at heart center. Stay here, or on your exhale, we're going to twist this time towards the right. Come back to center. So once again, thumbs are anchored at heart center. Exhale, twist towards the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist once again towards the right. This time, maybe arms extend into a T shape. Maybe that right hand traces down the back thigh. And maybe the front arm reaches up and overhead. Big, beautiful twist here. On your next inhale, we're going to come back to center. Step that back foot in about a foot. The toes are going to angle towards the top left-hand corner of the mat. We're going to work to straighten that front knee. Hands can be on hips. And our hips face forward. You can stay here or begin to hinge at the hips, bringing the torso down slightly and stopping once it's parallel to the ground, or before that is great as well. We're going to send the right hip back this time and send lots of breath into the back of that right leg. Beautiful. On your next exhale, fingertips can come down to the ground. We're going to bend that right knee. We're going to slide the left leg behind the right leg. So our pinky toes are going to come to touch. So draw that back leg forward, and then both outer edges of the feet are touching here. Yep. So the front leg, which is the right leg, is bent. Okay. From here, we're going to walk the fingertips over towards the right. And then you can send your left hip out towards the left. Allow the head to hang heavy. Allow the breath to stay full. Come back through center. Take that right foot and place it hip width apart from the left. We're going to inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fingertips come down to the earth. Okay, from here we're going to slide that right foot behind the left. So the outer edges of the feet touch. And then walking hands over towards the left this time, send that right hip out towards the right. And with a soft jaw, send lots of breath into the hips, into the back of that right leg, the right side waist, and anywhere else you're feeling this. Come back to center. Feet hip width apart once again. We're going to take the toes angled out towards the edges of the mat, coming into a squat. So your version, either drawing the sit bones down towards the earth, or you can sit the sit bones down on the earth. So your variation. We're going to gather the hands together, drawing the hands in towards heart center, and then elbows press the knees open here. The heart shines forward. The feet root down into the earth as the energy draws up the legs. You can stay here, or we're going to sweep the left hand in front of the right shin. Sorry, I'm going to face you. We're going to sweep the left hand in front of the left shin. Yep. Take the right hand, press it against that right thigh, and twist the chest up towards the right. If you want to try a bind here, this left hand is going to sweep around towards the sit bones. The right arm is going to reach around back and clasp either fingers, a shirt, or not at all, which is totally cool too. One more big breath here, and then releasing. Let's walk the fingertips forward. If at any point you need to sit on the ground, feel free to sit. Okay, so we're going to draw the fingertips forward, rounding through the spine. And then bringing the hands in towards you. We're going to take it to the other side. This time, right arm sweeps in front of right shin. Left hand comes to left thigh, and we twist the chest open towards the left. Sit bones can always come down to the ground if you're getting tired here. If you want to try the bind on this side, that right hand sweeps around back behind the sit bones, and then left hand reaches back around for fingertips, maybe for a shirt, and the chest opens towards the left. We'll take one big breath here. And then releasing back through center. Let's sit down on the ground, extending our legs out in front of us. Woo, giving them a nice shake. We're going to take butterfly pose, so soles of the feet can come together, knees go wide. And once again, you can play with where your feet are placed, either closer or further away from your body. You'll find a nice, perfect spot, giving you the right amount of space in your hips and knees. From here, you can stay or begin to curl through the spine, drawing your nose towards your toes. On your next inhale, rounding up through the spine, rising up. We're going to extend the legs out in front of us. Curl the toes in towards your shins. And we're going to pick up the right foot, making a number 4 shape with that right foot. So placing the right ankle on the left thigh, keeping both feet flexed here. We're going to take the arms open wide and then lacing the left arm underneath right. We're going to find eagle arms. So whatever that is for you, either palms are touching, backs of the hands are touching, or whatever works. Okay? From here, we're going to bring the elbows up, if we can, towards nose height, and then draw forearms away from your face. So there's a lot going on here. See if you can relax the jaw. And then from here, stay if you'd like, or we're going to round through the spine, drawing our elbows down towards our belly button. On the next inhale, rise the arms back up, maybe taking them up towards the sky. And then one more time, bringing them down towards the belly, rounding through the spine. And then back up towards the sky. Release the arms. We're going to plant fingertips on the earth. Release that right leg down. Give your legs a little shake. And then picking up left foot this time, placing left ankle on right thigh, keeping both feet flexed. Take the arms wide, this time lacing right arm underneath left. Eagle arms, other side. So once again, tops of the hands can touch, palms can touch, or wherever your arms fall is perfect. From here, see if you can draw the elbows up towards the nose and then away from the face. Sending lots of breath into the back of the heart, the shoulders, keeping the feet active. And then on the exhale, see if you can round through the spine, drawing elbows in towards the belly button. On your in-breath, maybe the arms reach up towards the sky. Exhale, elbows come down towards the belly. Inhale, arms reach up. And then come back to neutral, release the arms, release the legs. One more time, give them a little shake. And then planting the feet on the earth, let's roll slowly onto our back. We're going to take the feet as wide as the mat, knees draw in towards each other, and just place your hands wherever feels natural. Close the eyes. On your next inhale, hug both knees in towards your chest. Might feel nice to just gently rock side to side, massaging the low back. You can stay here, or we'll come back to center and then take the soles of the feet up towards the sky, drawing the knees down towards the earth or down towards your armpits. You can clasp the outer edges of the feet or your shins for happy baby. Maybe once again, it might feel nice to rock side to side, but it might also feel really nice to just stay still. And then releasing that. Let's hug that right knee in towards the right armpit as the left leg extends down on the mat. You can always bend that left knee, placing the left foot on the ground if that gives you a bit more space. From here, maybe drawing little circles with the right knee. Taking the circles in the opposite direction. And then coming back to neutral, let's take that right knee across the body down towards the left, extending the right arm perpendicular. So we're coming into reclined spinal twist. If this is too much, you can always slide the left knee under right. So both knees are stacked towards the left as the gaze falls over that right arm towards the right. Come back up through center, hug both knees in towards your chest. And then releasing right leg down onto the mat, hug left knee in towards that left armpit. Might feel nice to draw circles with the left knee. Taking the circles in the opposite direction. And then finding stillness, drawing that left knee across the body over towards the right. Let's extend that left arm perpendicular to the body. Gaze maybe falls over the left arm towards the left hand. And once again, if this is too intense, you can slide that right knee up underneath the left. So both knees are stacked, left knee's on top, the knees are over towards the right, and the gaze is over towards the left. bring that left knee back to center, hug both knees in. Maybe curling into a little ball, drawing your nose in towards your knees. And then releasing the whole body down towards the earth for final rest, Shavasana. You can splay your feet here. Arms can be wide by your side. And if it feels good, closing down the eyes. Allow the body to melt here. Any and all tension releasing down into the earth. Is there anywhere in your body that you can let go? Any more tension that you can release? Just let the whole body melt. Bringing awareness back into the body, wiggling fingers and toes. Maybe taking a stretch, reaching the arms up above head, reach your toes away from your fingers. And then in your own time, rolling onto either right or left side and pausing here for a moment, cradling the head maybe with your arm. And then making your way slowly up to sit. See if you can keep the eyes closed while you do so. Placing one hand at heart center, the other hand on top of that, gently bowing your chin towards your chest. And then as we did at the beginning of class, imagining a ball of bright white light at heart center. Breathing into that ball of light, watching it grow brighter and brighter with each breath. taking a moment to scan the body, especially the space in and around the heart, noticing any expansion created there throughout this practice. If you'd like to join me in one Om, if not, you can just sit and listen. I'm going to exhale the breath out, and then inhale. Noticing that vibration in the chest, beneath your hands. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for joining us today. Have a beautiful day ahead. Namaste.